Hi guys, this is Vaibhav and today we're trying to learn the new features that we have in .NET 5. So finally Microsoft have announced this new framework which is known as .NET 5, which is you can say that the one framework for all the applications. Means you can build any of the applications, cross-platform applications by using the same framework. You can build the you can say that the .NET application, .NET Core application by using the same framework. And this is the latest post that we have from Richard from previous day. So there are the fews you can say that the features that are we have in the our new .NET 5 framework, such as the Microsoft has already you can say that the beta tested this framework by hosted that particular .NET 5 framework on their site, just as Microsoft Bing and .NET. And along with that, now .NET Framework 5 also supports C Sharp 9 and F Sharp 5 languages. And one of the cool features along with that I personally like is that cross-platform implementation with any device. Means Framework 5 is now compatible with the any device. And they have now the smarter deployment package, small projects files, single file applications, small container size. So these are the main features of you can say that the our new framework. So guys, this is the documentation. If you want to learn more about the .NET 5, you can go there, go on this website like devblog.microsoft.com/.net/announcing .NET 5. So let's go further and just without wasting time, let's just download and install the new framework. So guys, this is the download page of .NET. So my machine is Windows, so I will start with downloading the Windows installer for that, for which I will click on this Windows and then x64. So downloading is started. It will take some time. So guys, downloading is done. You can see that I have to just install that. We have to go to the folder and just double click on it. It will take some time and it will initialize your downloading files. Before that, let's also check what I am having the version right now for .NET Core in my machine right now. So for this we have to write, okay, let's check, close this, let's check the version .NET. So as you can see that right now the latest version I'm having of .NET Core in my machine is 3.1.102. So now I'm trying to installing the .NET 5 version. So let's double click on it, click on install. You have to do this as yes, and it will start the initializing and it will processing the runtime that it's having in this package. So it's installing that runtime and packages that Microsoft basically provide in the bundle of .NET 5. It will take few time, I guess. It will depend upon your machine to machine. So it's completed. Now you have to just click on close, and let's check the latest version that we have in my machine right now. So let me write again .NET version. Yep. So we have successfully installed the .NET 5 version, .NET 5 framework. As you can see that now my current version is 5.0.11, 5.0.100. So let's try to open Visual Studio and make some app in for this framework. Let's open my Visual Studio. We will make new project here so that we can know more about the latest version. So it's loading my Microsoft Visual Studio. Sorry for that, guys. I don't know why my machine is a little bit slow. Okay, it's loaded. I have to create a new project. Okay. Let's type here .NET Core so that we can only able to see those you can say that services by which we can easily make the .NET Core applications. Okay, let's let only C sharp. Okay, we can make that application. .NET Core web application. So click on next. Give any name that you want, like test .NET 5 test .NET 5 will be good, I guess. And click on create. You can see here like ASP.NET Core 5.0 or newer projects are not supported by this version of Visual Studio. So for this, first I have to update my Studio for that. So you have to not right now we are not able to see the ASP.NET Core 5 version because it's not supported by my Visual Studio 2019. So guys, in order to update your Visual Studio, you have to just go to the help and then check for updates to get the latest update for the Visual Studio, for your Visual Studio. Now it's checking for the latest update for Visual Studio. Yes, so now you have to click on update. It will start updating your Visual Studio to the latest version that is running. So our current version is Visual Studio 16.4.5 and the latest version that we have is 16.8.0. It will now is updating our Visual Studio from our current version to the latest version. So it may be, I guess, take few time. Guys, installing is almost completing, just finishing up the last steps. So we have successfully updated the Visual Studio, I guess. Let's see what's the next step here. Might take, I guess, a while. It's just trying to finishing up the all of the required installed dependency into the Visual Studio so that they can be used properly. I also don't know how much time it will take. Let's wait, guys. And I guess Visual Studio is already automatically got restarted. So let's close this and try to make new project as we were making previously. So let's close this one more time so that Visual Studio get restarted. Okay, let's click on Visual Studio again and click on Visual Studio. Okay, it's restarting the Visual Studio again. First time I think it will take time. Okay, it's good. So create new project, click on create new project and then select, it's loading, I guess. This time initialization is taking time, I guess, in this case. Okay, so let's search for our MVC application. MVC. It's not showing. Click on web. Yep, it's .NET Core web application. And click on next. Then you can give name like net 5, sorry, dot dot net 5 and then click on create. Now we are able to see ASP.NET Core version 5. So you can click on that and you can click, we are here we are trying to create an API project, so click on API project and then click on create. As this is the new framework, so I guess there must be a difference in the, you can say that, the while running this project, because scaffolding and template I guess should be different because it got changes in every version of the .NET. So let's see once our project is created that what kind of, you can say that the scaffolding default scaffolding or template we are able to see in that. May take a while, I guess. creating the project. Let's see how much time it will take. Okay, so these are the files as we can able to see that we have dependency, and then we have folder known as properties and controllers and all the files. So let's try to run this project. Click on this file and it will try to load all the dependency and try to run our project. Let's see what default template or scaffolding now we are getting the in .NET 5. So guys, as you can see, build is started for this project and build is succeeded. Now the project is started, I guess. Project running is started. So by default, as in .NET 3.1 version, we have a default controller as weather. We also have that particular controller in our .NET 5 framework also. So as you can see that project is started, guys. Okay, so by default, you can see that now they are giving swagger instead of any kind of view. So you can just click on try it out and execute. So you can able to see that response that we have had. So let's go through, you can say that startup file that we are having in the .NET 5. So yes, you can see that. By default, now ASP.NET, you can say that the 5 version is giving by default the Swagger. Means you don't have to configure Swagger to your API project, they are giving it by default. So Swagger basically, Swagger UI basically makes it easier to, you can say that in order to test the API, so that you don't have to use any third party kind of tools, just like we basically already have worked with the Postman and you can say that Fiddler. So Swagger is basically much more easier to use in order to while comparing with the other frameworks. So this is all about this, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe if you find this video useful. Okay guys, bye. Have a good